My name's Peter Jenkins. I run Jenkins and Son Fisheries with my son. We based ourselves out of Port Arlington, which we have been for, we've been here a long time now. And we run a small fishing company. My son does all the fishing now. I fish with him, then I fished with my father before. He fished with his father, and my great-grandfather was a fisherman also. So it runs back a long way, you know. We've got on the truck there, you know, over 100 years of fishing, so be well over 100, I should imagine. I started fishing when I was 14. I think I left school probably a year before I was allowed to, and I fished with my father and his partner, and I did quite some years, and then I become a partner with my father, and fished all the way up for probably about 10 years ago, and now my son's taking over, or we've taken over the last few years, and he runs the fishing side of it, and we run the small factory down the road. You know, we sell direct to the public, and so it keeps us all pretty busy. We relocated to Wilson's Promontory, down at the other side of Wilson's Promontory, which is Corner Inlet, and we brought a licence down there, and like trucks and boats, and restructured the whole business so we could fish away from home. So my son fishes 5 days a week down there and usually comes home for the weekends. So there's a lot of travelling involved, and a lot of, you know, getting the fish out of there, and when we needed to get out of there, you know. So that's why we brought the little truck and stuff, and it's been great, you know. So it's been a step in the right direction, because the yields of fish seem to be pretty good. We've made a lot of nice friends, and you know, it seems to be pretty good.
We'll work today, work till probably 6 o'clock tonight, and then we'll take off home, and the truck will meet us back at where we unload it, and then the fish will go on the truck, and then they'll go straight to Melbourne, and some back to my fish shop in Port Arlington. What we sort of do, we shoot the net up into the tide, and then we tow the net down then and tow it into a circle, and then we sort of make the circle smaller and smaller and smaller by towing the net round and picking the other end up, and then when we get to the end, we got a cod end, and we push all the fish back into a cod end, and we purse all the net. We draw the bottom of the net in together, and then that forces the fish back into the cod end of the net.
And then virtually the fish that you don't need is discarded live, and that's the beauty with small time fisheries. You're working shallow water. Everything that gets returned back into the water is alive. So it's a great thing for the environment. We're the greatest custodians, you know, for the environment, because we have to be. Otherwise there's nothing left, and there's no future for my son or anyone else's son that wants to join the fishing industry. That truck there will probably leave, you know, with a load of fish, and it'll come back into Melbourne, whether it be, you know, night time or, you know, night time. The market opens at 9 o'clock, so they'll start to unload the fish then, and then it's sold by 2 or 3 o'clock the next morning. So virtually, the catch can be sold virtually within hours. When Donna and I restructured the whole business, we had to the business had to start making money, of course. So we said, "Oh, sugar, where do we go? We actually need a little truck for transport, you know." So virtually, that's what we did. We bought a little truck, a little Isuzu, and we went from there. And then it sort of grew, and then we found that we can't do without the truck now. So I've always wanted to buy a new truck, but never been able to. And we said, well, we're in a position to do it. Let's do it. We never had a hiccup with the first Isuzu. We bought it from like an auction place in Melbourne, and we didn't pay a lot of money for it. It was great, you know. We thought, how good's this? And I'd never had an Isuzu before, and it was that good. I said, oh, I've got to buy another Isuzu, and this is the best thing we ever bought. It's comfortable, and it's great. You know, when you're doing a lot of miles, you want a bit of comfort, and yeah, look, I couldn't be without it. I could not be without it. So, you know, I mean, our business it doesn't evolve around that, but we just can't do without it now. Some of our fish are $30 a kilo, and you're catching a lot of kilos per night, it starts to run into some serious money. You don't want to be sitting on the side of the road going, geez, I wish this fish was in market now. And that's what makes us a little bit different from other fishermen where we fish down there. We figure, yeah, our fish can be in the market any day or night when we need it to be there. And that's what probably we generate a little bit more money for that.